I'm coming to you completely barefaced to talk about makeup, but not just makeup, but to get to the root cause of just why do we do things in general? Can we make free choices within a patriarchy? Is makeup feminist? And other questions. But ultimately, the question that I really want to answer, and one that I've been thinking about a lot recently, is do I wear makeup just for me? And we're gonna find out. It's been a long time since I've done a video where it's just about my thoughts on a topic and potentially could be a bit of a rambly mess, but I encourage you to come along for the journey, settle in, and really I just want this to be as much of a conversation as possible, so leave your thoughts in the comments and let me know what you think. Before we dive in, if you like what I make, then please do subscribe and hit that notification bell, because I make new videos every week, and that is one of the best ways, albeit a flawed way, to be notified when I post a new video. So a lot of these thoughts have been cropping up since being in lockdown. I've pretty much been in isolation for over a month now. It has been over a month. That is such a long time. So firstly, I want to address my relationship with makeup before lockdown, of what it was like for me on an average day, average week. I'll be the first to admit that I've never been very good at makeup. I pretty much have learned the bare minimum that I need to get by as a functioning woman in society. I do like it when I wear it. I think it makes me look good. I can appreciate other people's really good makeup, and a little part of me does get jealous that I can't do my face to the same effect and like really cool eyeshadow and stuff. But then I realized that if I did care enough, I could just learn. Most people who do really good makeup on themselves are self-taught from tutorials online, and I could also go down that route, but I just don't care enough. And I've learned to accept that I want the outcome, but I'm not willing to put in the work to get the outcome, so I don't get the outcome unless I get my makeup done professionally, which I love, but I think that's also because I just love people touching my face and my body and my hair. That's a different story. And then usually I would actually have different levels of makeup for different purposes. So I had my everyday makeup, which I pretty routinely would actually do every day. There might be 1 or 2 days a week where I didn't wear makeup. And then there's my video makeup and my going out makeup. And going out makeup might be for an event or a party or something like that. And the main difference between the heavier makeup that I would wear and every day is pretty much foundation and eyeshadow, if I were to wear any eyeshadow. Every day I would really only wear concealer, unless I felt really unconfident that day and really insecure about my skin and felt like I needed to cover up more. But most days it would just be concealer. Speaking of insecurities, so your relationship with makeup may vary depending on what you drew in the skin lucky dip. Some people can get really bad acne, some people naturally have really clear skin, and then there's a whole host of different things that can happen to your skin in between. Your skin might change with your cycle. There's just so many different things, and how you feel about makeup and how you use makeup might be really strongly correlated to the type of skin you have and how you feel about your skin. And so I know for a lot of people, makeup can be a practical thing to help with their confidence and help cover up any acne that they don't want to be shown when they're out in public. The only time I've ever had real acne was when I was 12, and it was a side effect to steroids that I was on because of my ulcerative colitis, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't wearing makeup at that point. I just had a huge bit of acne like all across my forehead, and the steroids made my cheeks really puffy, so I looked like a little acne hamster. And I remember being really insecure about it, but at that age I'd never considered makeup as an option for me, and I just got on with it. But now with my skin, I just mostly occasionally get breakouts and spots every now and then, which I can't help picking. I don't know how to stop. I just love squeezing a good spot. But I would say my main insecurity at the moment is actually the redness that I get here and here. I've no idea what it is. I've always had it. I really do not feel good about it. Genuinely do not like it. Wish I could get rid of it. But I'm also really skeptical of companies and brands just like constantly flogging and selling skincare products to enhance your skin and like create this like 8-step skincare routine. And so my skepticism of all of that, I think, stops me from doing any like serious research and looking into what it might be and what actually might help, or just accepting that this is what my face does and it's fine. But one of the biggest reasons why I would use concealer and foundation and stuff is to basically cover up this area. But then once you've covered up one area, you need to look consistent. So then you end up covering your entire face. Now, the whole wearing makeup just for you thing, I feel like this is something that I hear a lot of people saying and claiming, and I'm not saying that it's not true for a lot of people, but just recently I've been interrogating this for myself because it's something that I used to say a lot, maybe still say, I don't know. But yeah, I would often say that I don't wear makeup for anyone else. It's not for anyone, it's just for me because I like it and I get enjoyment out of it. And I'm starting to think that that's actually not true, and it was this weird lie I was telling myself in order to feel better about doing something that I wasn't really actively and positively participating in, and I was more just participating in because I felt the pressure and the expectation to, and there were other forces at play. Patriarchy. So I've had some lockdown realizations. Aren't we all having some lockdown realizations? And this isn't to say that this will completely change my behavior with makeup. When we come out of lockdown, maybe I'll just completely go back to the way I was before. And that's fine, as long as like I'm happy with that choice. But we'll get onto choice later. So like with this entire situation, maybe my new relationship with makeup is also temporary, but I still feel like it's worth looking at and interrogating. So with lockdown, I've personally found that there are just no expectations and there's no pressure to wear makeup anymore. These outside forces that were in play that made me feel like I needed to wear makeup, even just like everyday makeup to go outside, they're not there anymore. And guess what? I'm not wearing makeup. The only person who I know who is physically seeing my face every day is my partner Dan, and he's seen me without makeup on all of the time, loads of times obviously. And I just noticed that when I don't feel the expectation to wear makeup, I naturally am inclined to go towards not wearing makeup. I feel like if still in lockdown and you don't have any expectations on you to wear makeup and you still find yourself wearing makeup every day, then you probably have a different relationship to makeup than me, and maybe you actually do genuinely enjoy it and like it and it is just for you. But I'm starting to realize that it's not just for me. I don't do it for me. So I started to think and interrogate myself about who or what I wear makeup for. But before we get onto that, let's talk about makeup and feminism. Yes, you can be a feminist and wear makeup. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone say that you are a bad feminist or a not good enough feminist because you like wearing makeup, because you enjoy it. Don't let anyone judge you for participating in a traditionally feminine activity. If you're a man, you can also wear makeup. If you're trans, if you're non-binary, makeup might be something that is really important to you or not at all. There are so many different relationships that people have with makeup. So ultimately, it's your choice what you do with makeup, what you do with your face, and how you look. What is known as choice feminism will say that every choice made by a feminist is a feminist choice. Now, I don't necessarily believe this because I think it is a bit more complicated. Choices don't happen in a vacuum. There may be things at a broader scale and different structures in place that might limit someone's choices, whether actually removing things entirely that they could potentially choose to do that are just not available for them, or culturally and socially in terms of expectations and what you think you should choose. And this will be different if you belong to other marginalized groups too. So there may be different choices that are available to you or not, depending on your gender, your age, your race, your class, the country that you were born in, your level of education, your sexuality. All of those things come into play when it comes to the choices that we can make in society in terms of our lives and what we do with them. But how is this relevant to makeup? Yes, good question. I just wanted to get out there like the bigger picture of things when it comes to choice. Is there such thing as a free choice when you live in a patriarchy? I don't know. But you could also spend a lot of time thinking about if you wear makeup because you want to, or you wear makeup because you feel it's expected of you. Same thing for like shaving your armpits or shaving your legs or anything like that, that are things that are seen as default, as normal for women, that we're just grown up to think, oh, that's what you should do, instead of interrogating it. We could spend a lot of time worrying about, am I doing this because I want to or because the patriarchy? And then just getting in our heads about it. So I do think there also comes a point where you just go, maybe I'll never know why I do something, but I'm just going to keep doing the thing that makes me happy. And that's fine. But here's why I think that there's an element of women wearing makeup that isn't entirely up to us, that isn't 100% our choice. Women are expected to wear makeup. A woman's face with makeup on it is default woman, whereas for a man, default man has no makeup. We are so used to seeing women's faces with makeup on that when we see a woman's face with no makeup, we assume that she is ill, that she is tired. You see, I'm ill and tired. And then there's also the whole double standard of women who wear no makeup being praised, but actually they're wearing the no makeup look. And so they are actually wearing makeup, but they're wearing makeup to make it look like they're not wearing makeup. And that is like meant to be better than slapping on loads of makeup and feeling like you're overly done. There's a huge double standard there where we expect women to wear makeup, but not too much makeup. It's like the Goldilocks complex where it has to be like just enough, just right. And like, what is that and who decides it? Makeup also costs money. And then that's a thing that on average, women are spending more on than men. And I just think that sucks a bit, because if it's not our choice, then it just annoys me that I'm like, why am I spending all of this money on all of these things? Because I feel like I need them to be a functional woman in society. And then like X amount of my income goes towards the patriarchy. Obviously, if you enjoy makeup and you like happily spend your money on it because it is your passion, it is your joy, it's your hobby, like no judgment here. These are my personal inner turmoils. It also costs time. If any of you are women who live with men, whether that's a partner or housemates, have you noticed how long it takes you to get ready in the morning compared to them? I could spend an extra 10 to 30 minutes in bed sleeping or doing something that is productive or brings me joy or whatever if I didn't have to get ready. And then there's the whole thing where men who think they're progressive say things like, I prefer women who wear no makeup. And one, we don't care. It's not for you. And two, the look that you actually prefer is the no makeup look. I promise you that if we did a lineup of women's faces of actual no makeup, makeup, and heavily applied makeup, you would say your favorite is the no makeup look. I promise you. Okay, so who do I wear makeup for? And why? So I don't believe that I wear makeup for specific individuals. I've never really thought, oh, I need to impress this person, so I'm going to wear makeup. I also would include myself in that. There may be the odd occasion where I'm like, I'm just going to do makeup for me today, but that's a very rare occasion for me. That's not something that I really experience like the urge to do my makeup. But a lot of the reasons why I do my makeup are to be taken seriously, whether that is in YouTube videos or in life, in meetings, to come across as looking professional. Like genuinely, that is something that makeup will do to a woman. If you show up to work not wearing any makeup, that can potentially look unprofessional, and it's not that woman's fault. That is just the general perception that we have. It looks like she's not made an effort. That is not professional. And I want to be seen as professional. In videos, I think makeup looks better on camera. I think I look better in makeup on camera. And also it makes me feel confident. And in some ways that's a really positive thing because it's something that I can control in order to lift my mood if I want to. But what I don't want to happen is that when I'm not wearing makeup, I feel less confident. I think it's really great to have these things that you know are in your toolkit that are going to boost your confidence, and that might be having a boogie, doing your makeup, doing your hair, whatever it is that you know makes you feel confident. It's really good to be able to pull those out when needed. But I personally try and make sure it's not something that I fall back on, and that if I removed it, then I don't feel confident. Does that make sense? It's an addition to my confidence rather than a necessity to my confidence. What I really want to make sure that you take away from this video is that I am not passing judgment on anyone. This is purely an internal interrogation of my own thought processes and my own relationship with makeup, but obviously that is impacted by wider society and a lot of things that might be also potentially impacting you. But what you do with that and the choices that you make with that and your personal relationship with makeup, go ham, do what you want. There is absolutely no judgment here. Like, we're all living in the same system, we're all doing our best. But I just think it's an interesting thought experiment, and I would love to hear in the comments if you found your relationship with makeup has changed since being in lockdown, whether you're doing your makeup more or less or the same. Do you think that that is also temporary and you'll probably go back to whatever your normal was when we come out of lockdown, or if it's made you reevaluate your entire life and everything. If you liked this video and you'd like to support the content that I make and get a bit of behind the scenes, then please do sign up to my newsletter. The link to that is in the description. And if you would like to support what I do financially and also become part of this amazing community, then you can join the common room over on my Patreon. There's loads of exclusive goodies and stuff over there and just great people, and I'll leave a link to that too. And now I'm gonna go do my makeup and film some other videos. Thanks for watching, bye!